Hey there, Sovereigns. Monica Grace from cardreadingqueen.com here. This is a Lunar New Year reading for the sign of Pisces. Ideal for either you or your partner if either of you are Pisces in Sun, Moon, or Venus signs. I'm gonna start drawing and then I'll kind of continue chatting. So here's what's going on with Pisces this year. Right now, the energy is really around family and friendships. And that doesn't mean that you're not focused on your twin soul or anything like that. It's actually all the same thing. But this is just the access point is through these relationships. As this twin soul pairing, your twin soul pairing moves toward healing those relationships with friends and family, they're actually also moving toward each other as a result. Now, there is going to be a semi-personal reading for this, and sometimes these are called extended readings. If you are interested in that, go to cardreadingqueen.com/2020 readings. So when you go there, you're going to find that we have these readings bundled together for the whole year of 2020. So for all of 2020, all the semi-personal and extended readings from our channel, which we post, a couple times a week at least, all of those are going to be yours for a bundle price. And this is super affordable. There's also a payment plan if it's something you're interested in, but you want to do smaller payments. But either way, you should be able, if it's something you really want, you should be able to afford it. It's very, very affordable in that way. So I'm just pulling some overall energies right now for the sign of Pisces. All right. So what I'm getting here is that getting a couple of things. One is that Pisces this year focused pretty heavily on themselves. And this could change at any point. It's not to say that they're not focused on the relationship as well. But right now they're really oriented toward themselves. And so we have Her Grace as the first card. So what I'm seeing is that they are putting themselves first. So even though it says Her Grace, it could be His Grace. But they're really seeing themselves in a higher light. So as like a queen, a royal, a prince, a king. They're really seeing their self-worth and focused on building that right now. We also have the Christ flame. This is about their spirituality. So they're building, and it is, the wording says Christ. But what's really going on is they're building that relationship with their higher power. So this does not have to be about Christianity. It doesn't have to be about Jesus, but they're really building their relationship with that higher power. And they're understanding that what this card is calling the Christ flame, which I'm just calling, the higher power flame, that is actually bringing them closer to their twin soul, because that is basically the same thing. So their higher power, as they build that relationship with their higher power, it's manifesting in the physical as their twin soul, as their person. And so they're really understanding this and they're focused on that relationship. So what you may be seeing in the physical is this person is focused on themselves and their spiritual relationship. We have the sensual awakening. And so what this is, it's really tapping into that Kundalini energy, the energy of the chakras. And it's funny, I actually had a different deck picked out for this reading, and then for some reason, and I've already used this deck in this grouping of readings, so I didn't, I try not to reuse them too often, but this deck was like, no, it's me. And I was like, all right, I don't get why. So this the sensual awakening, it's not really a sexual thing. It's really understanding the energies through the chakras a bit more and through Kundalini energy. And so if that's something that is piquing your interest, feel free to look up more information about that. But I just find it funny that we just happen to be using this chakra wisdom tarot for the reading. And I think that is probably pretty purposeful, given that these messages haven't come up for any other reading so far in this set. All right. So let's get into it. We are going deeper into the situation for Pisces for January. And if you're watching this after January, that's okay. This is just the theme of this set of zodiac readings is really about a new beginning in love. It's really about new relationships, new starts, new beginnings. So if you're resonating with it, feel free to just go with that and see what the messages bring you. All right. Having a little bit of trouble shuffling that deck. Okay, so let's go into what is the situation for this Pisces. With the Four of Swords, Ten of Coins, and the Devil. Okay. So what I'm getting here is that this person, this Pisces, is very physical right now, very rooted in physicality, and especially in physicality around their bodies. So maybe that's what this card was as well up here, and definitely this card, the Sensual Awakening card. But what I'm getting is that they are grounding deeper into their bodies. They are really starting to recognize their energy levels and seeing their energy levels very visually, just by feeling into their bodies. So it's really interesting. It's like they can see their energy going up and down at a very visual level in their minds. They are focused on building their ideal life in the physical. And so this card, you can't really see it, but it actually, so it has this trunk full of treasures, but then it also has this easel with an image of a family on it. And so this person is looking at how can they create security in the physical. What I'm getting, the word I'm getting specifically is home. They're really focused on how can I create my divine home. And this is coming from, so it's starting in their body and starting through understanding of the understanding of energy through their body, and moving into, how can I expand this past my personal home, which is your body. So your body is your home, but like, how can I expand this out into my environment and into my larger home? This can include community as well. So we have this Devil card. What I'm getting from this is that there's some temptation outside of this mission. So, for the most part, this person is looking to create all of this with their higher power, whether that be God, spirit, source, the universe, whatever you want to call that higher power. So for the most part, they are trying to create that with that, through that relationship and through the relationship with themselves. But I'm getting this temptation, and the temptation is about old patterns. It's not like a sexual energy or anything like that. It's just about sinking back into old patterns that may have served them in the past, but now that they're on this twin soul journey, it's not really serving them anymore. Okay, so what are they feeling around this? Interesting. So we're getting I just want to show these cards because this is very bizarre and something that has not happened to me before. So the chakra colors are lining up here. And so I'm going to take that as these feelings are directly related to these messages that came previously. So the Empress. So what I'm getting from this is about, this message was around, and these are both heart chakra, by the way. So this message was around essentially body positivity, loving themselves, understanding the energy in their bodies. And then the Empress, this is around, it's around giving life. And so what I'm getting, I'm not specifically getting pregnancy. Take it as you want if you are, if pregnancy resonates with you. I'm not getting specifically pregnancy. What I'm getting is the ability to use their bodies to create something more. So this could be creating crafts, creating, like being a maker, really expressing creativity in any way, and creating something in the physical. It could also be, birth, like birthing a baby. So you're creating within your body. It could also be creating within your environment or creating within your community. But I'm getting that the reason that this energy stuff within their body is important is because it makes them feel like they can do more. So this could even just be somebody who's fueling their bodies or like on a new diet or something in order to become more productive. So we have this 10 of coins. They were wanting to create and build their dream life in the physical. And then we have this 10 of wands. So normally this 10 of wands, normally this is about being overwhelmed. That's the traditional meaning. What I'm actually getting from this is I'm getting this energy of harvesting. And this is the solar plexus chakra, and it's all about security. It's about finances, growth, definitely about, not about grounding per se, but even about like self-esteem, confidence, that sort of thing. But it's really about building the self and building the wealth around the self. What I'm getting from this 10 of wands is actually this huge desire and passion to really take on whatever needs to be taken on in order to create this beautiful life for themselves. So they are definitely, what I'm really getting from this is that this is a transformation for them because they have been, I would say, not 10 of wands in the past, like not wanting to hold the 10 wands. And now they're kind of like, and before the 10 wands would have overwhelmed them to have these 10 wands, kind of going at the same time. What I'm getting though is that this is not the case for them anymore. They're actually welcoming in the 10th wand. They're welcoming that in because they really want this. They have a deep passion for this, and they are, there's been a transformation. They feel like they've got they finally got the confidence to build this for themselves. So they're actually welcoming in those additional responsibilities. And I'm getting, so that is really specific to the masculine, by the way. That's a very masculine and active energy, which is good. It doesn't matter if this is about a feminine or a masculine because both reside within you. And they're both connected to the twin soul union. So you're, so let's say you're the feminine in the relationship, but as you heal the masculine pieces, you're shifting that from distorted to divine on the masculine side, and that heals your masculine twin soul as well. So you'll start to see that on the outside. This one, this temptation to fall back into old patterns, we have the 9 of swords. Yeah. So what's happening here is that this person has, they've gone through that dark night of the soul a couple times now. And so they really don't want to go back to that place of despair again. And they're really trying to build something to where they don't have to experience that again. And this, and I think this is a great fear. The great fear is that if they slip out of these new habits, and take their eye off the ball for even a little bit, then they're going to sink back into this depression or despair that they were feeling. All right. So what's really going on with this situation and what's actually healing right now? I feel like, okay, so I'm pulling this card as well because I feel like it wanted to come out. And now with these things mirroring each other, the images, I'm glad I did, because I feel like that's going to be a message. Okay. So what's really going on with this situation, and what does this not Capricorn, what does this Pisces want to, or need to heal, need to hear in order to heal? Sorry. I've been doing a lot of these, so I'm kind of, not as articulate as I would like to be right now. So we have the Eight of Wands. With the Eight of Wands, the Six of Wands, then we have this Three of Swords and Seven of Coins that came out together. So I'm going to treat that as one message. Okay. So this Pisces, what's really going on is they have experienced a lot of breakthrough in the past, a couple months, couple years. They've experienced a lot of breakthrough and it's transformed them as a person. And because of that, they are able to really start building this foundation. This is a root chakra card, and it's about all of this breakthrough and all of this transformation has brought them closer to who they actually are. And now they're able to build foundation based off of that. So the things that they're putting in place, the things that they're taking on, these things are not ephemeral. They're actually not going to sink back into these patterns. And there's not a need to fear that, because it just doesn't make sense. Everything they're doing right now is actually building this deeper foundation. And this foundation is not for the person themselves. Even though this Pisces may be building this foundation, it's not just for them, it's also for their twin soul. And let's go to this one. The Six of Wands, typically a victory card. What I'm seeing here is that this Pisces has conquered a lot. They've really moved forward both in a way that makes them feel transformed, but also in a very permanent way. And so this is just saying, it's really just more confirmation that this pattern's not gonna happen. This overwhelm is not going to be too much for them. And it's just like a further confirmation of that. We have this Three of Swords and the Seven of Coins. And what this is saying to me is they've been through a heartbreak, possibly a false twin soul experience. And all of that is just bringing them forward. So even though they've had a false twin soul possibly, or they've had heartbreak in their past, bad relationships, abuse, toxicity, whatever they might have been experiencing, all of that was just planting the seeds for their twin soul relationship. And it's like they finally see that now. They're really understanding that they needed to go through all this heartbreak in order to get to this. And you can see how she is, she was admiring her swords. And then she's now admiring her seeds that have sprouted, the seeds planted. And she's really, it's kind of just the mirrored images in the artwork. So I think that this person is really, the Pisces in this reading is really feeling good, I think, about all of this, and really hopefully understanding that this focus on themselves, this focus on their bodies, this focus on their material world, it is all building. It's all like very healthy, very strong, very permanent, and it's all building toward a larger goal, toward bringing the love of their life into their space. And it's perfectly safe to continue focusing on the self, or continue focusing on that relationship with their higher power. Perfectly safe because they're really just building their twin soul relationship as they go. I'm going to pull some final guidance cards. And if you want to go on to the semi-personal reading, we're about to do that next. It's going to just go deeper into these energies. So if this is resonating for you, definitely go check out how to get access to that. And you can do that by going to cardreadingqueen.com/2020 readings. Okay. All right, so right off the bat, getting this message, you're always in my heart. This to me, it's saying that even though this Pisces is not looking at their twin soul right now, this is all still coming from a place of wanting to build with their twin soul. So don't take the physical. You have to kind of ignore the physical. It's all an illusion. Just completely ignore it. This Pisces they've got their twin soul in their heart, and they're focusing on themselves to continue bringing that toward them. You're my best friend. This is, it's basically around their relationship with their twin soul. And just saying, so what I'm getting is that they want to continue building a foundation of friendship. And they want to go deeper into that. It's almost like they see now, and maybe it was the situation where they were trying to go, they were trying to get to the romantic part of the relationship too soon almost. And now they see that they need to build all these other pillars of relationships. So like a pillar with their higher power, a pillar that is devoted to themselves, and even a pillar that's devoted to friendship with their twin soul. And they're seeing that as the foundation for this romance that may come along later. I have trouble sharing myself. This Pisces is potentially very closed off about these changes. So they're not the flashy type. They're not the type that goes out and says, oh, like I'm doing this new diet and exercise and it's working really well and I've lost 20 pounds. That is not who this person is. They are actually making these changes, but they're not telling anyone about it. The only way you're going to pick up on it is if they show you through their actions. And this is something that, basically they want people to see them for who they are through their actions. They don't want to kind of pay lip service to the transformation that they're making, but the transformation is there. So it's really important to look for this if this is your partner that is the Pisces. All right, that's all for this reading. Again, if you want to go on to the semi-personal reading, go to cardreadingqueen.com/2020 readings, and you can learn more about the bundle. Thank you so much for watching. Have a beautiful and blessed day.